So yeah, I'm eclectic, and that just comes from my general interest in the world, not just as a designer, but just because I'm interested in this stuff. And as a consequence, I look at things outside of the sort of strict trappings of the kind of product design world, to just look at design more generally. Something I'm interested in is what makes things iconic, and it actually goes back to my foundation year at art school, when we're just learning about modernism and Toulouse-Lautrec and all these Plastic-Yatra and just this moment when modernism kind of happened, and it was just felt so important and so kind of critical. And it just felt like, modernity was much flatter than that. There was nothing new to discover in my kind of naive, 18, 19-year-old life. And obviously that's been proven to be quite incorrect, because things are changing faster than ever. And I think, I think the thing that excites me about design is the same thing that excites me about art, which is about the resonance that objects and things can have, not just as objects to enjoy and that's something that's just about the form, but about their resonance with the times that they're in, the kind of zeitgeist of the times, and how designs and kind of iconic designs tend to, they might be timeless in the sense that we always see them as kind of relevant, but what makes them spectacular is that there's something about the timing, something about the moment that they're responding to and reflecting and working with, that puts, that sort of makes them transcend the, physicalness. And this is one of them. So, I just, we still inspired by this thing, but it was born in the 60s. I should know my history better.
Very late 60s.
Very late
70s, really.
But it's a pretty cool thing. It's 71. There you go. But I'm rarely say this, too young to have connected with that moment. But you can, knowing the times, coming out of sort of post-war, all this troubles, and then this kind of technological revolution and this big leap that we'd made in technology, and in order to kind of fly at these speeds. It needed a response. The design needed to celebrate that moment, and it was packaged in such a beautiful way that it brought all those things together and made something iconic, that every single time you saw one flying over, it kind of lifted your spirits. This is a very different kind of object, but actually it's sort of exactly, it follows exactly the same pattern, which is, all these changes happening in our lives, and technology is kind of developing at this phenomenal pace. And then suddenly this thing comes along that kind of gels it all together and crystallizes this thing that feels very unwieldy and abstract into something incredibly usable and approachable and kind of logical, but also poetic and beautiful and inspiring in its own way.